Hey everybody, welcome back to my shed and another gear review video. So today I'm in Los Angeles. Actually for a few days I'll be here. And unlike last time when I was in DC where I couldn't take a checked bag on the plane with me, so I was limited to the kind of products I could review, such as those binoculars, this time I was able to take a checked bag, which means I have more gear. Now, before I left to come to LA, I was trying to figure out what I can actually do a review on, what I can make this video about. Because one of the issues being in LA is I am so busy with work that I have no time to go to the park, to go find some trails to hike on. I won't even have time to go to the beach. So I had to figure out something that I could do a review on here in the hotel while I'm here between going to the office, getting back here, getting some sleep, and so on. And what I decided to do was bring some of my cooking gear and actually do a little cooking here in the hotel room. Now, I'm not going to say which hotel I'm in because I want to come back here. I'm a member here. So I'm not sure if it's exactly allowed to cook in your rooms. However, don't ask, don't tell, and I didn't see anything posted, and I didn't see anything on the website, so we're going to do this. Now, what I've decided to do was bring, like I said, some of my gear to do some cooking. I'm going to make some coffee. I have my personal favorite, Mountain Hagen coffee, which is some of my favorite coffee that I use whenever I'm out and about. I'm also going to make some eggs. I've got some mushrooms. I picked up some brie over at Trader Joe's. So I'm going to make up a little bit of eggs. And if I have enough hot water left, I'm going to make up some oatmeal. And I've actually got a little bit of hot sauce for my eggs because I like a little flavor. So I haven't had this one before. I happen to find it at Sprouts, the supermarket. It's called it's either Hoff sauce or hot sauce. I think it's Hoff. Anyways, we're going to add a little bit of this, see the flavor in the eggs. And that's what we're going to actually be making. But how we're going to make it is with this gear. And let me explain some of the gear I've got today. So the first thing is something that I take with me on all road trips when I travel, not when I go camping or hiking out in the wilderness. And I'll explain why in a second. But I take the Be Free 1 liter water bottle filter. I love this thing. Whenever I'm out traveling, instead of going and buying bottle after bottle after bottle of water, I fill this up from the sink and I can drink it very quickly. The nice thing is it's a quick flow on the water filter. So you just fill up, like I did here, sink water, and I don't know if it came through on camera, but I just can pour it right into my mouth. The filter itself is right inside. It's a small guy, this one right here, and it allows you to just fill the water and squirt it right in your mouth. You're good to go. Or pour it into your cups, to your pot, whatever you need. Now, I know a lot of people who use this, a lot of my friends who go camping and trail hiking, they take a water bottle just like this one, or this one specifically, and they'll fill it up at the river, at the lake, and whatnot. Good on them. They want to do that. I'm not that confident in the filter. I know the filter is really good, but I'm not that confident. I have other water bottle filters that I use when I go camping that are made specifically for the outdoor environment. They're made to take out a lot of those contaminants, bacteria and whatnot, and viruses even, with their filters. And actually, I got a new one recently from a Kickstarter campaign, and I'll be doing a review on that hopefully within the next couple weeks. But I digress. This water bottle filter is one of my favorite. It also collapses down very small. So the nice thing is, let's say I did get out to the beach. I would take this with me, fill it up with water, take it out on the beach. And when I'm done, this thing rolls up so small I can put it in my pocket, put it in my backpack. It takes up no weight, or it has very little weight. It takes up almost no space. And if I'm also out and about, let's say I'm at the beach and I see a water fountain, I don't know how clean that water is. I fill this up and I can keep drinking. No need to go find a convenience store to buy water bottles or carry a whole bunch of them around with me. This is good. Anyways, this is something I highly recommend. By the way, links in the description for just about everything here, and it's non-sponsored. It is what it is. Okay, so this is actually my everyday carry. I'm going to be using this to cut up the mushrooms, but it's an everyday carry titanium knife. I also got this on Kickstarter about a year ago, and I've used this and beaten this, and I mean, it's still got its original edge, and it is sharp as hell. It's a great, very lightweight, because it's titanium, everyday carry knife, EDC knife. Alrighty, now let's get into the real gear here. Now, I will say I am a big fan of titanium, like with my EDC knife here. I love titanium for so many reasons: the conduction of heat, the ability for it not to grow bacteria, lightweight, it's very strong. It's just beautiful. And I can probably make an entire video or a whole video series just on titanium, but let's keep moving. So what I have here today is, one thing is my coffee cup. This is one of my normal everyday coffee cups, actually. It's a Snow Peak 450 milliliters. I do have the silicone lid, which it doesn't normally come with, but it's great, especially if you're going to be drinking hot liquids like teas, coffees, and whatnot, because it has the little silicone lip here, so you don't burn your lip. I will say that I have used this for, I want to say, a year and a half, maybe 2 years or so now, and it just keeps on taking a beating. Now, I haven't cooked on this specifically. I've always cooked separately the water, poured it in here, but it is something, because it's a one layer, or it's a single wall. That's the word I was looking for. It's a single wall titanium cup. You could actually cook right on the fire with this cup. For those that don't know, you can get these things single wall or double wall. Double walls are insulated, so keep your hot drinks hot, cold drinks cold. However, the issue is double walls you cannot cook directly on the fires with, only single walls. So just about everything I have is single wall. I do have one thermos, which is a double wall, but I just use that for going to the office and whatnot. Anyways, this is my coffee cup. I love it. And that's what we're going to be making our coffee in. All right, next up. Again, that's Snow Peak. I have a Totes 750 milliliter pot. It's also a cup. I love this thing. I also have a 1500 milliliter one. It's not Totes. Wait, it might be Totes. I forgot, honestly. I'll have to take a look again. Anyways, the issue with that is it's so large, I don't usually need it. I do a lot of solo treks, a lot of solo camping, and for that, a smaller one is better. I don't need the large pot. It's usually just a waste. Again, titanium, it's extremely lightweight. It's great. One of the things I like about this, the 750, is the handle shape. So if you look at this handle on the Snow Peak, it's a smaller one. So it's just a normal cup handle. And this one has this little edge right here for your finger. So when you're holding it, I'll try to get you to see. With your pinky, it rests right under there, giving a little bit more support. You can see I'm holding it here. It kind of bends, putting the little support there. Yeah, there you go. I can hold it up a little bit better. Where a smaller cup, you don't have that kind of weight. 2 fingers or 3 fingers is enough, and it's great. One of the things I was saying about titanium with conducting heat, if I have a hot cup of coffee here, I can hold these titanium handles and no problem. I will not get burned. I do not feel the heat, of course, unless I touch the wall here. But that's one of the great things about titanium, is the heat won't get conducted from here to here, from here to here, because of that. Anyways, so back to this one. It also has a great lid with this little tip on top, which stands straight up. You can lock it into place like that. I know it's not the easiest from that camera. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this little tip here, it's great because, again, you're not going to get the conduction of heat from whatever's inside to the lid to this. You can easily pick it up without worrying about burning yourself. Now, of course, if you have fire blowing all around it, it can get hot, but it's easy. Then you can take something like a knife easily pick it up, or your silverware or a stick or whatever happens to be with you. So anyways, I use this to boil the water and then pour it into here or cook with it. This is a brand new one. I haven't used it yet, so today's going to be my first time using it. Now, I will talk about in a second the difference between going cheap when you buy things like these, specifically titanium, because that's what I buy, and going with good quality. Totes is a good quality one. Snow Peak is a good quality one. Boundless Voyage is great quality also. So this is my stove. It is it's an alcohol stove. So this stove has the 3 feet here, which fold out, which makes it easy to then place your cup on, or in a second, as I'll show you my frying pan, you can even do smaller cups without a problem. This is a 450. It's small, no problem. 750, it's big, no problem. And you can even go out much farther. As you can see here, you have a lot of extra room right there to put in even larger pots. And smaller, I could probably, because this is a 450, I could probably get a 200 or 250 even on here. I don't have one with me, but I'm sure I can do that. Heck, even the fuel canister here can just fit on there. So that just shows you it can handle. This Boundless Voyage alcohol stove is great. It will handle just about everything you want to cook on it. Now, the way it works is you fill up your alcohol here, which you'll see in a little while. You set it on fire. It's inside. I have to close the legs to show you. Give me a sec. But you put it inside like that, and you can cook right on there. When you want to put it out, you just take the lid, put it right on top. It snuffs it out. Now, one of the things I like about this stove, and a lot of alcohol stoves have this, is you can just use this piece by itself and put in some twigs, put in a little bit of wood, whatever, burn it directly in there. So if you're out in the woods and you don't have alcohol, or you run out of the alcohol, you can do it right in here. You can also use a solid fuel source. Now, I don't use solid fuel sources personally. I do butane, propane, alcohol, wood. I don't like the solid fuel sources for one reason. Everyone that I know that uses them complains about the same thing. It feels, it doesn't leave a good feeling on your fingers, and it usually has a very bad smell. I've just never used them because of that. Maybe I will one day. I know it's something that I should have as just a backup fuel source, but honestly, I have so many fuel sources, I don't know why I would need another. All right, with that out of the way, let's talk about what I was talking about before, which is cheap products, spending money on good quality. So this titanium pan is one I got from Temu. And one thing the way I can best describe this is it feels cheaper. Like, you don't feel like it's strong. I don't want to say thinner. It's like when you're holding this or holding this, they're all lightweight. But this one, even though it's lightweight, it just feels cheaper, I guess is the best way to say it. And one of the things you can see is the handles. So these handles just come down so loose. They're not even, there's no strength there. I mean, these ones, this cup is 2.5 years, 2 years old. No movement, right? This is a new one. Totes, no movement. This is also brand new, never used it before. And you can just see, I mean, it feels cheap. I actually, honestly, if I tried to put, let's say, a piece of chicken in this, I don't know if this would actually hold the weight. However, I've never used it before, so I shouldn't prejudge. And that's one of the things I'm going to do today. I'm going to use it. But it is pretty deep, which is the reason I got it. It's got a wide mouth, which is another reason I got it. I have other pans, titanium pans, but I want to try out one of these. I think I paid on Temu something like $24, $25. It's very cheap, especially for titanium. But anyways, I did see the reviews on it. It said it was good. Yeah, not all of the reviews said it was good, but a large majority of it. I think it had something like a 4.5 star, somewhere around there, 4.5 stars. But anyways, I digress. So we're going to use this for cooking. The last thing I have here is my silverware. Also, titanium. These are totes, knife, fork, and spoon. I have many versions. I have Snow Peaks set. I have totes set, obviously. I have a couple no-name ones, which are pretty good. I have some long spoons, long sporks also. So if you're eating things like the meals ready to eat, not the MREs, but the hiking food, the dry, freeze-dried food, they come in deep bags, so you can reach into them. I've got some long ones. I've also got some multi-tool forks sets or silverware sets, which I'll be doing reviews on at a later point. One of the cool things I do like, which I did get from Temu also, is this guy, which is a titanium toothpick. So it unscrews, turns around, and you've got yourself a little toothpick. I like keeping it on here because you never know if you need it, when you're out and about. Again, this is actually my number one go-to set that I grab whenever I'm going out and when I travel, whether it's hiking or just on a road trip or business trip. So anyways, that's everything I got here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to light up the stove. We're going to go ahead and boil some water first. I'll make some oatmeal and coffee. And it's actually insane that I'm drinking coffee at this hour. It's already almost 11 o'clock, but it is what it is. I've got to do some more work anyway, so it will help me. And then while I'm finishing up the oatmeal and the coffee, I'll start on the eggs. I'm going to go ahead and chop everything up off camera and get everything prepped so we can go ahead and cook the mushrooms, throw in some eggs, throw in some cheese, mix it on up, throw in some hot sauce afterwards, and eat it up. By the way, if you saw this, this is actually the bottle I always bring with me when I go camping or travel. It's cooking oil. It's a great little bottle. I think I got, it's a whole set. It's several different sizes on these bottles. I believe I got this at REI. It's been a long time since I got it. I'll have to look it up and I'll put the link in the description, but I love this bottle. The mouth is very wide to fill it. And what I love is the top here. It's a screw top. Right? It's a screw top right up here. It flips open, has a small nozzle to drip out everything. I also have one that has vinegar. I have one that has soy sauce, and I've got a smaller oil one as well I use. But anyways, it's nice because it's a small amount of drizzle in out, and then the cap is a great seal. In all the time I've had this bottle, it's never leaked once. It's a solid bottle. And this I take on the plane. In this case, I actually checked it in, but it is great. It is airtight and solid. All right, with all that being said, let me get everything prepped here, and I'll be right back with you. We're going to do the oatmeal and coffee first, and then move on to the rest. All right. All right, so we're back. And what I've done is I have this, actually it's a scale / mirror. Another item I got off of Temu. It's one that travels with me everywhere I go. It's great. I can weigh in if I need it because I like to keep track of my weight. But it's also a mirror. I've never used it as a mirror, but it works as one. So what I'm going to use this for is a platform. I'm pretty confident it would not burn the table, but I'm not taking a chance. So that's the alcohol stove that I'm setting up. Let me turn it this way so I can easily snuff it when it's time. And let me put in the alcohol. I picked this up over at TJ Maxx, or not TJ Maxx, Target earlier today. That's more than enough. Now, I didn't travel with my alcohol bottle. I didn't want to take a chance for it to open up in mid-flight and leak. The last thing I would want is to do that. So when I leave on my flight tomorrow night, I'm just going to leave this in the hotel and they can toss it or whatever. But anyways, So I just needed a small amount for this. Now what I'm going to do is I just filled up the water bottle. I'm going to, because I'm going to want to make oatmeal and 1 coffee. So I'll put in, I don't know, I'll just fill it up with most of the water. Again, I just put in some more water here. We're just going to boil this. And this is one of the things I love about this bottle. I just filled it up and it literally just pours straight out, right through that filter. It's great. And you've got nice, clean, filtered water. All right, that's actually going to be a lot more than I need, but it's all right. Rather have too much than too little. All right, so let's go ahead and start the fire. There we go. All right, let's just go and put the lid on. Make sure this is up so I can grab it easily. Lock it in place. I think you should be able to see this. And again, this is just really great because I can sit here for very little alcohol. I'll definitely be able to cook everything here. It will burn. I mean, honestly, let's say the power went out. So I'm from New York. Power goes out in the middle of winter. I have this with me. I can keep myself warm. Yeah, even if there's no, I know it's a worst case scenario. It's a silly scenario, but it happens. Think of during hurricanes, during the season. Power goes out, there's no heat. You're not going to die of, you're not going to die being frozen to death. You'll have enough heat to take care of you. It won't heat up the entire room, but it will heat up a small vicinity. You can keep yourself nice and warm. All right, let's go ahead and get this on here. And while that cooks, there we go. Nice and stable. We'll go ahead and prep the coffee. Some people add the water and then the mix. I put the mix in and then add the water, but whatever. Again, I love this coffee. It's the Mountain Hagen, yeah. I've been drinking this stuff. I can get this at Whole Foods. You can get it on Amazon. I stopped buying these pouches. I still had a bunch left, which is why I brought it with me. I have a couple more. I might actually add one more because it's not that much. But what I do is I buy the big bottles of it, and then I have somewhere here some reusable silicone bags like this. They're bigger, but what I do is I then fill it up with, I use some for my liquid IV, I use some for my protein powders, and these. But I've got to use these up, so I figured bring it with me. All right, so we're gonna wait for the water to boil, and then we're gonna go ahead and pour the coffee. I got some half and half. I love half and half. And then the oatmeal we'll just put right into here and mix it up. Again, I used my knives. I used both my EDC, my everyday carry one, as well as this one to cut up the mushrooms, which are here. I'm gonna do a lot of mushrooms. I love mushrooms. And then I have the brie right here, which we'll use for cooking later in the eggs. Look at that. And the nice thing is, no smoke. It's the alcohol stove, so you're not going to have the issues of smoke, not setting off alarms or anything here. And if it really got bad, I have this snuffer to snuff out the fire. It's great, right? All right, you guys stay tuned. Hang out for a bit. I'm going to sit here and finish this off. When it starts boiling, I'll bring you all back. See you in a bit. All right, so I wanted to bring you guys back real quick. It's only been 5 minutes from the time we put it on, and it's already starting to steam. It hasn't started boiling yet. I'll bring you back when that happens. All right, so we're there. It just started to simmer up, just shy of a boil. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Now, unfortunately, as I mentioned, the heat doesn't really transfer over to the handle. However, with the fire constantly hitting the handle, it does get hot. So I'm going to use a towel to get it off. And we'll put it down on here. And you snuff the fire. We can come back later and not a big space. There we go. There we go. And just like that, fire's out. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and, alright. We're gonna go ahead and, yep, that's still hot. Fill up the coffee cup. Add some milk, some half and half. All right. Mix that up. And put on silicone lid because, again, don't want to burn my lips. Fill it up a little too much. Just like that. Got myself some coffee. Oh, just right. All right. And then I said we're going to put in some oatmeal into here with the remaining water. Should be more than enough. Might be a little soupy, but yeah, it's fine. So this is just some Quaker oats. And then one more. More than enough water for it. Just like before. Mix it on up. It's definitely going to be soupier than normal. But, yep, see, titanium is already cooling off. That's another great thing about it. So, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but there's my oatmeal. I'm going to let it sit. And usually it will like plump up a little bit. But now, while that's sitting and I'm drinking my coffee, I'm going to do a little bit of work on the computer. I'll start sauteing the mushrooms and cooking the eggs. So let's go ahead and get that going. So, going to light that up again. There we go. Oh. I really have zero confidence in this pan. Anyways, put in some oil. Now I'm no master chef at all. I just know what I like. There you go. Now I didn't bring my spatula or anything else. I'm going to literally just eat my food directly from here. Just going to coat it all with oil, make sure it's fully covered. It is supposed to be 100% true titanium, so we'll find out, I guess. All right. Let that heat up a little bit. And then I'll come back with you and put the mushrooms in. All right, let's go ahead and throw the mushrooms in. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's sizzling. My fork. So let's go ahead and just need some more oil. So one of the bad things about using a alcohol stove is you can't control the heat level. I mean, obviously a campfire you can't either, but this is, it's either on or it's off. That's it. Wow, that smells good. I'm sure you guys can hear it. I actually cut up some more mushrooms, but I don't think I'm going to need them. It's not big enough for it. And we'll get the eggs ready. We're going to do 2 eggs. Oh, that smells so good. I love sauteed mushrooms, fried mushrooms, onions, all 9 yards. I didn't want to do onions. not good for the stomach. I usually don't eat this late, but unfortunately I also didn't have any time to do this video earlier. I was at the office all day. Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. That's cooking up nice. Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be good. You know, the handle's actually, it's not hot at all. So it's, yeah, doing what it's supposed to do for a titanium. And, I mean, she's not bad. Again, I don't like the handle. I'm not confident in this, but at the very least, it's working. Gotta keep stirring it. Oh yeah. Oh, I wish I could send you guys the smell. It smells delicious. I haven't had anything since breakfast, so this will be good. Nice late night snack. 2 eggs, a mushroom, oatmeal, coffee. I'm good to go. Coffee. Oy vey. I've been in Jersey too long, or wherever the heck I've been. Northeast. That's the coffee. It's not that far from being done. That's pretty quick. Let me put the lid on. No, actually, I'm going to keep stirring it. I feel like it's going to stick too much. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. You can always use more oil. I don't like a lot of oil. I'm not into fried stuff. But you do need to be careful because these are not non-stick items. The only way they get non-stick is more oil. Yeah, I can feel it's already sticking in certain areas. That's all right. It is what it is. Mmm. This is good. This is really good. I actually might make this again in the morning if this works out well. So I got enough mushrooms, I got enough eggs. They have a continental breakfast here, but nothing like fresh, home-cooked food. I think it's as home-cooked as I'm going to get in a hotel room. Sure you can hear it. Gotta keep stirring it, or it gets burnt, or it gets stuck. It's not actually burning, that's good. But it is, like, there's definitely, directly under the fire here is where it's the hottest. So that's where it's starting to stick. And we are almost there. Now I'm just being overcautious on the scraping. If you guys don't like that noise, sorry. I don't know how it's coming through on the mic. Alright, and just about there. Alright. You're good to go. And the fire's out. How's that look to you? Ooh, it looks good to me. So you. get this open. Put a little bit of hot sauce. Let's see. I've never had this kind before. Ooh, that smells. It smells like tacos. It smells good though. Let's just put a little bit in. Maybe a little bit more than I wanted. Let's see. I don't know that fire level. What's it say? It says great taste. So that's the fire level. It up. All right, so I've got my oatmeal right here. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. That's my oatmeal. Got my coffee, my eggs and mushroom. So. Oh my goodness, that's good. Now, it could be because I haven't had anything since breakfast. Roughly 14 hours ago. Jeez. But it is good. There you go. All right. And it actually did not stick. Okay, so I will say, for a Temu product, it's doing okay. Now, I'm going to have to keep testing it to figure it out and see if it's really good, but I'm not going to complain. It really wasn't that bad. So, it's more egg. That's good. And for the boiling, I didn't mention it before. To boil the entire thing, it took me about 8 minutes, which actually, again, is not bad. Thanks to the stove, good conduction of heat. And then, of course, the coffee. All right, well, I got a mess here to clean up. The point of this video, really long video, was to show you that you can take some gear with you. Doesn't have to be that big. I mean, this all goes and folds up into a very small pouch, a couple of small pouches. I put the cups with the stove together. Pan was by itself. This cup is always by itself, but it's very small, the entire kit. But you can put it in your backpack, take it on a plane, take it with you on a train, in a car, throw it in your glove compartment or trunk, and you always have cooking setup, very easily accessible for worst case scenarios, or if you're traveling, like I'm doing. If you break down somewhere, you got a stove, keep you warm, right? You have to be prepared for anything. I'm a prepper. I think I've said it before. I like to prepare for worst case scenarios. I'm not a prepper for end of the world or zombie apocalypse or asteroid coming down. I prepare for snowstorms, layovers, cancellations on flights, tornadoes, tsunamis, whatever. Yeah, pandemics. Believe it or not, I prepared for the pandemic that we all went through a couple years back. I had food and water in the house, and we were stocked up, and we were good for about 11 weeks. That was something because I prepared. You never know what could happen. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You know, what do you think about the gear that I have? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you cooked in a hotel room before? And also, you know what I want to start doing is I'm going to start doing some camping trips, maybe with my daughter, some solos. And I want to know from you guys some ideas on recipes, because there's certain foods that I like to cook. These were simple. This is stuff I picked up at Trader Joe's real quick just to make this meal for you all. But I like to cook some unusual foods. I'll be happy to show you some. Now, I am kosher. I'm Jewish, so I keep kosher. So if you send me a recipe, I'll find a kosher version of all the ingredients. I'm sure they're available in every situation. But what I want to hear from you is, what recipes would you like to see me cooking and sharing in a video, upcoming video? I'm also going to be doing some reviews of kitchen gadgets, so I'll also be able to cook some of those recipes there. So make sure in your comment or in the comments, you guys tell me your favorite recipes. Tell me what ingredients I'm going to need, and I might pick it and do it in another video in the future. Anyways, I think that's good enough. I forgot to add my cheese. Oy vey. Oh well, next time. I'll just eat the brie on the plane. Anyways, and make sure you do all the good stuff. You know, like, share, subscribe, comment, as I said. Let me know what you thought about this video. I love hearing feedback from everyone. No matter which platform you're on, make sure you're following me. And until next time, may the best of you today be the worst of you tomorrow. I'm going to finish this up, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers.